Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. So today we are going to do Leetcode daily challenge, reverse words in a string 3. So this question actually have various versions in which we are required to reverse these strings, and those strings could be reversed in such a manner like here you can see that each word is being replaced at its position only, right? So this is one variation. Another variation of this question was like that you need to reverse this whole string, means this let's should come at the position of contest and contest should come at the position of let's. This was one of the variation, and there was one more variation when same thing is required to be done, means contest need to be at let's and let's need to be at the contest position, but in that context that whole word is also required to be reversed, that is this particular should be at this particular position. So this was also one of the variation. So like this, now we are at that variation where we are given with string, and in that string we are required to reverse each word at their own positions itself. So this is the variation of this question. So first let us read this question, as it is an easy level question. So whatever is being written here, we are required to solve those things as it is, and the constraint would also be in such a manner that even brute force would work. But let's not go ahead with the brute force. Let us think about the question, how we are required to go ahead and so on. So let us first read the question. So here we are given a string S, reverse the order of the characters in each word within a sentence while preserving the white space and initial order. So that's the thing which we are required to do here. And the constraints for this question is that it is up to 10 raised to power 4, right? So if we go ahead with n square solution, then it will surely give us TLE. So that's why we are required to go ahead with order of n or order of n log n solution. And then comes the part S contains printable SKY characters. So what it meant by this was that it could contain this apostrophe S also, or a hyphen also, or slash also, anything like that as well. And then, and even the capital letters are also allowed. The way here you can see that capital letter is also there and small letter is also there, right? And then S does not contain any leading or trailing spaces. That simply means that whenever we are starting a word, here you can see that this chord which is being started, before that there won't be any space, and when the sentence ends, that is at the ding, G, after G also there won't be any space. Then it says that there is at least one word in S. So the thing is that the string won't be empty. There would be at least one word which is required to reverse, and all the words in S are separated by single space. So this is the hint for us that how we are required to reverse the words which are being there in our string. So that's the thing here. Now comes the part that how we are required to reverse it. So let me show you that how we can. So the thing is that this example which is being given to us, so how we can take this example is something like this. So how we can take this example is being done like this, means this let's which is being there, that let's is being converted to S apostrophe STEL, right? We have converted into in this manner, and then take is being converted into this, means each word is being reversed, right? But what is being there in between them which marks a new word or ending of a word, that is the space between them, right? So the space is the thing which we will be taking as a token to separate each word, and that token will help us that this is starting of the word and this is the ending of the word, and we need to reverse that particular word character. That's the thing which we will be doing. Now comes the part that how the steps are. So take each word through the space token. So this is the thing which we will be doing, and then reverse each word and store next word by keeping space between the two words, and that space would be that token only which will help us to form our answer. So this is the thing. Now comes the part that how we will be going ahead, means for this each step how we will be going. So the thing would be that we will be check by if condition or by while condition. This is the thing that this is as per our implementation only, that how we are implementing it, because in both ways could be done. But the thing is that for reversing purpose, rather than using our n log n or n of our inbuilt function, we can directly use a two-pointer approach, and in that two-pointer approach we can easily reverse the same. So the thing is, like, even in interviews you could be easily asked that how you can do this reversal without using inbuilt function. So for that purpose we should know the approach of two-pointer. So now let us head over to the implementation part. So before the implementation part, just think about the same, that how you can implement it. There are two steps that we require each word, right? So what we would be doing? We will be moving ahead, keeping the space as a token, and we are required to keep the track of the indices of each word, means starting of that word and ending of that word. And when we keep the track of that particular word indices, then now we are having those words index, right? So now the thing would be that we will be having the left index and the right index of that word, and now using those two indices we will be reversing the characters of the word. So that's the thing which we are required to do, and now consider that how we are going to implement the same. So that we will be doing now. So here's the implementation part. So let me show you how we can implement it. So before doing this question, I was writing this thing only, that how we are required to do is splitting that bigger problem into smaller sub-problems. So that's the thing. Now here you can see that how we implement it. I have taken this while loop here and also one more while loop here. This while loop is not doing anything, just for the thing that we are basically incrementing our I so that we can easily get the left and the right indices. So that's the thing here. Now here int I equals 0, left -1 we are taking, and the right as being as 0. You can also take it as 0, then also it will work. There is no issues because we are assigning whatever we want to assign at this position. So whatever index it is having, it won't matter to us, this value. So here we are directly assigning I, that is the starting of our word. Then we are running this while loop, and why we are running this while loop? So that we can reach at that index, so that we can reach at that index where there is that space, or if there is end of the word. So that's the scenario why we are doing like this, and in this we are basically just incrementing that I till that position until we reach our answer, means our right index. Then we will be coming out of this loop. I would have been incremented to that position where space is there, but because we encountered the space, so that's why I will come out of the means this loop will end it here, and then at the right position we will be getting our that index where the space would be there, right? So that's why we are doing I -1. So that's the thing here. Until now we got now both the starting and the ending position of our word, right? So now we can easily swap each character of the word, and then because of that only we can get our reverse word. And then, as for the sake of a two pointers approach, we are required to increment and decrement both of right and left pointers. That's the thing. And then we will be incrementing our I for the sake, because here you can see we had decremented that I so that we can get our rightmost position at the end of the word rather than the particular space which is there. But that got decremented, right? So we want to increment that, and now it is at that space position, and then it will go again into this particular while loop, and it will check that yes, it is less than, right? So in that context, because when it got to here, then it will check that is it having space or something. So it will be yes, if it is having the space, then it won't get into the same, right? So then again it will come here, and we had already implemented that particular portion, so it won't go into this particular. And then again I would be incremented, and then now when it comes, that scenario thing would be that there won't be any space, right? So that's why now again it will come into this loop and then increment, and then we will be getting our right and left position. So that's the thing here. And then at the end, when we come out of this particular, then we will be getting our S, because what we are doing in place only. So that's why we can directly return our S. And there is one more method for the same. This is by stringstream method. And in the stringstream, the thing is that earlier we were doing by this, right? In the stringstream method, we can directly use this SF and because this S is only, means here you can see we are operating this string stream on this string, so it will directly exclude the spaces and it will store that particular word into this S, and because of that thing only we can easily reverse that word, and then if at the starting it is not equal to 0, right, because at the starting our answer won't have any length, right, so at that moment it won't add the space and then add the word directly. But the only problem of this approach is, although it is optimized in the sense that it is a shorter way of writing, but the only problem is that here we are using inbuilt reverse function in an easy question and we are using the string stream. So interviewer might not like this approach. So that's the only problem, because interviewers mostly want that we use approach which is built from the scratch. Here reverse is also by itself, and we are using string streams to exclude our spaces. So that's the thing. And in this approach you are already showing that how you are excluding the space and how you are reversing it. So that's why this approach is much likable by interviewers. So this was all for this, and now comes the part about the time complexity and space complexity. So basically the time complexity for the same is order of n, and the space complexity for the same is order of 1. Okay. Why so? Because you can clearly see that we are using this while loop, and this while loop is just for incrementing this one. We are not doing much operation for the same. So that's why it is working, and this is also just for making it left, right, reverse. I mean basically just for reversing portion we are doing the same. That also comes under this only and doesn't cost much time for the same. And the space we are not using any extra thing. This I had taken at the starting only, but we are not using anywhere temp, right? So that's why this will work perfectly in the order of n time and order of 1 space. So yeah, this was all for this particular question. If you have any doubt, you could comment that down. And please do like and subscribe to my channel and do share among your friends. So this was all. Thank you.